Hi, I'm Mariga from Skin Essentials, and today is another video in our FAQ series where you send in their questions and we do our best to answer them for you. Today's question I absolutely love because it gives me a chance to rant about something that's really important to me, which is standards. So to kick it off, the question is, how come a facial can be €35 in one salon and €100 in another, and how do I know which one to go for? So thank you very much for sending in the question. And there are huge differences, so buckle up, I'm about to go on a rant. So the difference between pricing in salons is all about the quality of service that you're going to receive. You will know already that here at Skin Essentials we're just manic about standards, to the point that I have been involved for the last 4 years in a European standards committee which is endeavouring to regulate the standard of beauty services in salons right across Europe. This is something that has been missing from the industry. We've never had regulation like this before, so we're working very hard towards this. I'm actually off to Brussels at the end of this month to really try and work with all the other European countries involved to put this to bed and to get a standard published out there. When the standard is published, it's going to be very easy for members of the public to distinguish between one salon and another. So you will actually be able to go into a salon and say, have you been awarded, have you been given this European standard, have you applied for it, and has your salon come up to scratch? So that's something that is pending, and hopefully in the next year or so it will be here. But for the moment that's not available. We're working on it for you. So how do you know what is the difference between somebody offering a facial for €4.99 and coming in here and paying, 75, €80 for it? So the major difference is going to be education and experience. It costs a lot of money to continuously upgrade, educate and upskill both the theory of education and the practical. So those costs are reflected in the price of the facial, but naturally enough you're getting somebody, a therapist that has much more experience, and you do of course pay for that. So I don't think anybody has any issue with that. The other factors, when you pay for a facial, there's an awful lot of expenses goes into that. Now I know you don't care about how much the rent and rates are and everything, and we all have to pay that, but from your point of view, the important things to know that you are paying for in your facial. So apart from the education, the experience of the therapist, there is professional insurance, believe it or not, and it's another thing being looked at by the Standards Committee. It's not mandatory to have insurance. So that is something, that a good salon will have insurance. They will have that displayed so that you can see it. And of course, all of these costs reflect. The quality of products used is another thing. In a salon like Skin Essentials and other good salons, we use very highly engineered, results-driven ingredients, which we blend for each client. We don't just have big tubs of things that we work out of. We blend individual ingredients into peels or masks or whatever it is that we're doing for you. Also, from the hygiene point of view, using disposables, it's a little bit more expensive, but insofar as possible, using disposable sheets, towels, pillowcases, obviously gloves, spatulas, all of these things, using everything only once and throwing them out. It's a little more expensive than washing or sterilising or reusing, but of course it's much, much safer. So again, in a salon or clinic, that cares about standards, all of these things are going to be disposable, so it's a little more expensive as well. Consultation, the consultation time is important. So if you're going in somewhere and you've got a group on, or you've got a special offer, and you're getting this hour-long facial for something silly like €30, I'm fairly certain you're not getting a consultation there. So the therapist hasn't time, in an hour of €30 to do a consultation as well. So it's really, your own unique skin needs aren't being taken into consideration there. And the last thing that probably isn't that important to you, but salons that pay all the relevant taxes, that declare all their income, pay all the relevant VAT and income tax and employers' contributions, that has to be taken into account as well. And paying staff properly, again, something that's very important to us at Skin Essentials, paying staff above the going rate, because their work is worth it, and we think that you will agree as well that to get quality work and quality staff is worth that little bit extra. So that's the answer. That's the long answer to the question. Those are the differences between a cheap and a not so cheap facial. So have a think about that. I know that if your budget is €35, that it can't suddenly become 100, but in that instance you might think about having an express facial, for something around €40. So you can work with your budget. Rather than dropping standards, you can go to a reputable salon or clinic that will work with your budget and find the right thing for you. So thank you very much for the question. Please do subscribe to our channel, share this video, or hop onto our Facebook page or website. You will find us under Skin Essentials by Mariga on all of the social media, and we are always very appreciative of your questions and happy to answer them. And as always, thank you very much for watching.